Hello, my name is Val, and this is an introduction to budgeting workshop, a guide to money management. First, I'd like to define money and the function of money. Money is something such as coins, bills, or banknotes used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. The function of money is any good that is widely accepted in exchange of goods and services, as well as payment of debts. People get money from gifts, exchanges, earned income, profit, interest, to name a few. In this workshop, we will be talking about planning to budget. We will plan how to use money, plan a time to spend money, plan to set a spending goal, plan how to shop with money, plan to keep track of money, and plan to save money. Some of the topics that we will cover will be earning money through employment. Our children can earn money by doing chores and we give them an allowance, favors, bartering, having things such as yard sales and garage sales to get rid of things that we no longer use in our home, spending money, such as spending money on food, clothing, shelter, transportation, child care, recreation, education, and health, to name a few. Tracking money, creating a budget, keeping a ledger, categorizing income and expenses, and we will also talk about saving money. Our first activity will teach us ways to earn money. So let's get out pen and pencil or paper and a monthly calendar, the style that looks like a daily planner so you can jot down some quick notes. I'd like to first mention that earning money is one way to reach spending and savings goals in the fastest amount of time. So what I'd like for you to do is write down 10 ways to earn money in the way of types of employment on the chart or your paper. And I've listed some examples that you can start off with, like retail, office administrator, a laborer, food service employment. Also remember self-employment opportunities such as yard work, car washing, and things of that nature. We want to also explore employment opportunities on the internet and with other people, word of mouth referrals. We want to take that list of 10 opportunities and narrow it down to the top 5 job opportunities that we're most interested in. We want to enter those final choices on the calendar or chart and schedule times on calendar dates to commit to apply for the jobs. We want to go back and review that list from time to time and add to that list on an ongoing basis. We'd want to apply for the jobs on the internet or face-to-face and make plans to follow up on the job applications. After we have applied for our jobs, we want to think about the rates of pay. Do we want to go in on an entry level of wage, or do we feel like we've had enough experience on that job that we've applied for to make more money? Remember, low wages are discouraging and sometimes make people not want to work. And on the other hand, higher wages sometimes give people a false sense of security, and it can also cause them to overspend. Our next activity will be a grocery shopping activity, and it will teach us ways to spend our money. So let's get some pencil and paper out. We'll also need play food, play money, cash register or calculator, and we also would like to have on hand grocery store circular ads as well as coupons. Before spending any money, we need to go back to our first set of rules. We have to plan our budget and set a goal. Determine amount of money to spend, where we want to shop, and we also want to make a to-do list or a shopping list, prioritize that list so that we can get important items first, analyze the funds that we are using coming from our income, and only take the amount of money to the store that we are planning on spending. Now let us recap what you need to do for this grocery shopping activity. You want to go through the simulated grocery shopping exercise using pre-priced foods, play monies, cash register or calculator. You want to decide how much to spend by considering the amount of money or income you have on hand. You want to make a list of items that you need. You want to preview grocery sales and circular ads. You want to look for and clip coupons. Choose the grocery store or stores you want to shop. And you want to add the cost or potential cost of what you're going to be buying. You want to take into consideration your coupons as well as the taxes you have to add. Only take the amount of money that you need to the store. Go to the store, shop for the listed items, and pay for your purchases. And when you return home, write down the total amount that you spent from shopping at the grocery store in this activity. Now that we have completed our grocery shopping activity, just remember that buying is exchanging money for something, price is the amount charged for something, and that money has value. It allows us to obtain our needs and wants. And remember, people who don't earn enough income or have enough money have to wait to buy or buy items with a lesser price or value. So think about the type of impact the grocery shopping activity had. Did you find all of the items that you needed on your list? Did you see items that you wanted that were not on the list? Were you tempted to stray away from your list? Think about the shopping activity and how it made you feel shopping only for items that you needed, and also not being able to get the items you wanted that were not on the list. Our next activity concerns tracking money, and it will teach us ways to track money and spend money. So we need pencils, pens, paper, as well as a logbook or a notebook. We want to first have 2 months, 1 to 2 months of spending. So within that time frame, or if you already have receipts, you can use those. But we like to write down everything that we spend, no matter how large or small, on the paper or chart or your logbook. We want to then create a personal monthly budget. And some categories that you can use in creating your budget, I have listed below, as well as a sample worksheet. We want to have categories like earnings and income, savings, rent, utilities, transportation, insurance, food, groceries, childcare expenses, expenses for education, clothing, and you may want to have a miscellaneous category for things that don't occur normally on a monthly basis. In tracking money, you want to first decide if creating a month-to-month or an annual budget will work best for you. It is my preference to start with the month-to-month. You want to keep in mind that utilities will differ from one season to the next and make allowances for that on the budget. You would also want to decide how much money you want to spend in each category. Do you want to set a preset amount of money to spend? Keep in mind also that you may need to budget for extra monies for non-monthly irregular categories such as gifts, home and auto repairs, medical expenses, things that don't normally happen every month. Create a category also for savings and retirement, but most of all, consider budgeting your savings first. It's very important to pay yourself first when you go to work every day. Now let's recap the steps you need to follow to track your money. Keep all of your receipts from every penny spent. Each month, enter earnings in the income column and enter spending amounts in each category. Subtract spending amounts from each category from your income amount. Final total will reveal your monthly spending. Continue to follow your budget. Schedule a time each week to track and review your spending. Make sure to stick to your budget each week. Things that you may want to think about when you're tracking your money is to track your spending and pay attention to the categories which can change. Consider the consequences anytime changes or increases are made to your budget. Think of ways to decrease your spending and save more. Consider other forms of tracking, such as an electronic money tracking system or spreadsheet. Remember, every single dollar counts. And also don't forget that when money is spent, it is usually gone. You can't usually get that back. Our next activity is saving money, and we will learn ways to save money. In this example, I have pictured here 3 jars of money. You can use 3 or as many as you need. You need to have markers as well as labels so that you can label your jars in categories. When I started, I had a jar labeled as income, savings, expenses or bills. I had a jar labeled for emergency monies as well as recreation. Make use of all jars for all monies that you earn or spend so that they can be visual reminders of where your money goes. Determine also the percentage of money to save every month. I have here 5%, but you can actually start lower because you never want to start too high and have to go back and touch that savings. So start lower so that you can increase your saving as you make more money. That way you won't be tempted to go back and take from your savings. Also consider opening a savings account at a bank or a credit union so that you can make regular deposits each pay period for monies that you do not want to touch. Now let's recap things that we've learned throughout the budgeting workshops that leads up to saving money. We want to look for ways to cut our spending, such as cutting utility expenses. We may want to put CFL bulbs in our house, turn off our lights, always shop with a list, look for coupons and deals. And one good way to save money is to cook at home and limit fast food and dining out. Try to avoid impulse buying. Finally, in talking about saving money, we always want to remember to have reasons to save our money. Have an objective. Make good choices before spending money. Plan your recreation activities. Remember, gifts and fun don't have to cost money. You can find free fun activities within your local community for you and your family. Wait to spend money until you have planned and set a spending goal. Also remember, save up money for things that you want to buy. And last but not least, track and stretch every single dollar that you make and spend. We have finally come to the conclusion of this Introduction to Budgeting workshop. I'd like to take this time and invite you to use my email address listed below and send me any questions you may have on this budgeting workshop or any budgeting questions you have in the future. I'd be more than happy to send you any literature on budgeting ideas as well as answer any questions you may have. I'd like to leave you with the thought of taking control of your finances because only we can do this. Thank you for allowing me to present this workshop to you, and I appreciate your participation. Good luck on taking control of your finances. Take care.